because I'm just like, you went through that. Wow. And you're still standing. It intrigues me. It inspires me because I'm just like, I might not have gone through what you went through, but to see your tenacity and your strength and see God all up in that, I'm interested in finding out. Hey, you're back. Welcome. My name is Anne. Welcome to Living with Grace. Hopefully, you checked out some of my other posts. I'm not sure, but if you're here for a reason, continue watching and wait until if it's for you or not before you click off. All right. Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome. Welcome to the old. I see you. Welcome. I got my water. Get your drink. Grab your wine, your coffee, your choice of beverage, and let's sit and talk about it. Working in the beauty industry for many years and having the privilege of meeting so many beautiful people with their experiences, because we have this conversation, we talk about life, we don't gossip, we talk about life. We talk about life. And in talking about life, we can only speak about what we've been through, right? And I found in having a conversation with someone else, you learn a lot from them because they're pouring from their heart to you and they're telling you their story. And we have two ways of interpreting it. This is what they think and that's what they went through. That's number one. Two, there's other ways to, I'm just going to capitalize off of two. The second one would be, wow, that happened to me. I really need to listen to how she overcame that. Or like taking in the information that the person is sharing with you and somewhat making it relatable so that it somewhat encompasses what you're going through and pieces of your life or something in your past or something that you're going through, or even just retaining the information so that you get a piece of wisdom from someone else, especially if they've overcome it, why they're even talking about it, right? So in this video, we're going to be talking about things that we have learned in our past that we are now applying right now in our life, especially if we heard it from someone older than us, seasoned, experienced, whether they're younger than us, but they went through some stuff and we're listening to them. We're like, wow, like, where did you get that strength? Like, how did you overcome that? Like, I'm so intrigued. You inspire me, because we get this information for a reason. I mean, even the divine connection is not even a question. It happened so you can actually open your ears and listen. Let's talk about that, because for me, I've learned so much through my clients and I love each and every one of them, past, present, and future. I love them all. I love people that I meet even on a daily basis because that conversation was meant to happen. Well, I can tell the ones that are not supposed to happen. Like I use discernment, I use wisdom, but you can never stop learning. And I think that, and again, I said in my other video that the things that we go through in life is for someone else. Even if it's just one person, it's meant for someone else. So let's talk about it. For me, I grew up with my grandparents, so they had a wealth of information for me. As much as I was ignorant, I didn't want to listen. And later on, I remembered some stuff that was like seeds planted in me that I'm like, oh, I remember this. And now being mature, understanding the information I'm getting is worth the listen, worthwhile, worth that 2 minutes or 20 minutes or 2-3 days to even retain. Because I'm just like, you went through that. Wow. And you're still standing. It intrigues me. It inspires me because I'm just like, I might not have gone through what you went through, but to see your tenacity and your strength and see God all up in that, I'm interested in finding out. Oh my goodness. Like, even for me, the things that I've been through in my past, I don't talk about it to other people to get recognized. Hence why I have this channel, because I was hesitant in a sense, but I'm like, okay, if I'm going to share my journey on mine as well, the more that I understand how my life's lessons is blessing other people and helping other people, that I cannot keep it to myself. I must share it. That's part of having a testimony, right? Something you went through in life that you can share now because you've overcame it because of the grace of God, not just because of what I knew, what somebody else applied. Even having the conversations with other people, it makes it relatable because pain is pain. You know what I'm saying? Overcoming something is you sort of attract the same company, but sometimes we choose to isolate ourselves, but then sometimes we choose to talk about it. So we talk to those that can relate to what we went through, especially if you want to get out of it, right? And God does send people in your life to speak about their stories, to give you encouragement that you too can get out of it too, because you got to trust Him in it. But if you trust your own understanding, it might go through it again and again. That's another video. But anyhow, I'm grateful to have this platform. I'm grateful to at least share some of my stories. I'm going to get deep too with some of my videos. So discretion, or what's it called? Just giving some warning ahead of time, and I'll definitely do it in those videos. But it's like, I'm standing by his grace. I'm in my right mind by his grace. And I'm also giving him thanks, because without God, I wouldn't be here. And the people that he sent in my life, I would not be here. And it wouldn't be all the wiser to actually sit and listen to others, so I can continue to learn and continue to be wise. Facts, facts. So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Comment below and let me know if you do listen to your elders. Do you remember when you're rebellious and you're doing things in your life, you're like, oh, I don't want to listen to anyone, and then you're just like, oh, I remember my dad telling me this. Oh my gosh, Or I remember reading this in Proverbs, and not to hang out with da 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 da, and like, you know what I'm saying? Because I also believe that God gives us his word, and he knows us. We're not going to necessarily read it all the time, right? But he sends people to be an example, a physical example for us to see, and like, you know what I'm saying? And for me, it caused me to gravitate or seek God more, because the truth comes from God. And I see that he uses people now to speak to me or to confirm. And I also understand when to listen now. I'm just like, whoa, it's humbled me so much. My life and the lessons I've been through has sincerely humbled me so much that it's like, I don't take anything for granted, and I do not judge others. Like their journey is different from mine, and I will not judge them, because God loves them the same as me, as much as he loves me. And it took me my journey to understand God's love for me factually, actually, tangibly, physically, spiritually, for me to be so confident to speak about it right now, that people that are older than us, or people that are experienced and seasoned and been through some stuff, can speak to us. Listen, even those that don't even like you tell you something you're not like. Listen to it. You don't need to retort or like say something back to them out of defense. Check yourself. Stop. Go for a walk. Go home. Check what they think about what they said, and check yourself. And ask yourself why it bothered you. Ask yourself why you liked it so much. Ask yourself and try to apply it where it's like, okay, wow. You know what I'm saying? Because we're always developing, and wisdom causes correction, and even in areas that we do not like it, like where it's constructive criticism, we're like, don't want to deal with that. But God corrects us even when it hurts us. So people around us, mom, dad, grandmother, aunt, uncle, uncle from whatever, or even a boss, or whatever the case may be, a friend, an employee, whatever, will hurt you in a different way with their words. But it's how you receive them that you get the more wiser. You know what I'm saying? Because even in my life, my grandparents used to tell me stuff. I'm like, whatever. Especially when I was young, thinking my grandparents were my parents, and then my biological mother taking me, and all these harmful things happened, and I had to go back to my grandparents' home. I didn't trust them at all. I didn't want to hear one word was coming out of the mouth, because I was like, it's fucked. You guys lied to me in the butter. And I was rebellious. And I went out there and felt certain things. And I came back and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And it was later in my years that I actually said sorry, because I justified my actions out of pain and hurt and ignorance. Straight up, ignorance. And that's why it's like, when people speak to me, I listen. Even I don't come up and say, oh, that's your life, I'm going to go through my own life. No, I listen because indirectly or even directly, it could be a message for me, warning me. And if I continue my walk with God and understand his voice and hear his voice and know it's him, I'll know what he's trying to say to me through that person. But if I'm not walking close with God, I will still listen to that wise person, because just like reading a book, just like taking a course, just like asking a question and getting an answer, answers are always given to us in that form as well. So listen, let's not discredit our elders, man. They went through certain things and they got their battle wounds and their scars for a reason. Scars that they took for us not to go through that. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. Just like you're watching this video right now and you're getting some information for yourself and you're walking with it and you're thinking about it next week, or you're thinking about it even tomorrow. How is it going to better you? How is it going to gain more wisdom for you? How is it going to cause you to mature? How is it going to cause you to grow for the better? Like, that's why we're here. Any information you're receiving for your life should be for the better. It shouldn't be for the worst. If you're angry, deal with that anger. But when you're angry, you tend to go down a different path. Trust me, I was there. I made choices based off of anger, and they were clearly justified at the time. Now I'm just like, I'm not letting my emotions dictate where I go and the decisions that I make. No, back up. Let me deal with my emotions. Let me deal. Let me deal with my emotions. Think about it and come back and make that right decision without regret. It takes a few minutes or even takes a day. But I like to listen to those that have gone before me. I do. I enjoy it actually. I enjoy it because I need it. And it has nothing to do with how old I am now. It doesn't come with age. It comes with wisdom. It comes with time. It comes with a way of life that you choose for yourself. You could be 20 and receive information from elders. You could be 85 and receive information from elders. It's how you're going to receive it to apply it in your own life. Not necessarily the way that they have done it, but learning from what they went through and how they, you know what I'm saying? And seeing God all up in that he too can do that for you when the time comes, but may not be the same because your life is different, but you're listening to the strength and the belief and the patience and the endurance and the healing in a lesson. There's so much. It's not just a story, it's an experience. My God, it's an experience. Anyhow, yeah, man, I'm not going to drag this on. I just want to bring it up because I wanted to give you some time to actually reflect on if you're doing it or not. Are you listening? Are you aware? Are you growing? Are you maturing? Are you listening to other people? Every person's a book. Everyone has a story. And it's like, are you understanding that? Even though yours is different. We all belong together. We all need each other. We all learn from one another. You know what I'm saying? That's how God works. He wants us to be together. He doesn't want us to be separate and apart. Everyone's lesson and journey in life is different, but we all need each other. And words and stories and life and advice and experience helps us individually and collectively. All right, so I'm gone. Hopefully this video touched you. Don't want to drag it on, but it's just something to really think about. You know what I'm saying? I'll see you in the next video.